What is going on? Welcome to episode 158 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh, on this NPC Mini Player 2 Super Nintendo. What's up, guy?
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing awesome, man. Well, other than being a little ill, you guys can probably tell by the sound of my voice, just kind of fighting this cold still. Other than that, I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back into the regular rotation.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, hey, that music you just heard is from On Being Human. You can check them out on Spotify and YouTube. Remember, this is an unofficial Nintendo podcast. And if you'd like to get yourself a free book from Audible, go to audibletrial.com/NPC. Pick up something awesome like Console Wars, Ready Player One. You know, there's a bunch of history to video games, stuff like that. Like, there's lots of good books in there. So if you enjoy audiobooks, that's audibletrial.com/NPC. The chair I'm sitting in and the desk all my gear is sitting on is from OP Seat. If you go to n64josh.com/OP Seat, you will automatically save $10 at checkout. All right. So I love this. I love this chair, love this desk, and I would not be promoting it if I didn't love it. So it's really good stuff. So that's n64josh.com/OP Seat. If you would like to get a extra podcast from me each month for just $1, you can go to patreon.com/n64josh, and the first Saturday of each month is when those shows are going to go live. So there's some other tiers available as well, like custom t-shirts and things like that. So head on over to patreon.com/n64josh to check that out. With that, we are going to get to our announcements.
Hey, listen.
Well, we do this show live on twitch.tv/n64josh, 6:30 on Tuesdays, usually around 4:30 on Thursdays. We're running late today just because as you can tell, I'm just not feeling that well, and I just wanted to, I was just kind of resting up. So, yeah, twice a week, live, twitch.tv/n64josh. Now, guys, there's going to be more NPC on the way. So we're going to have our Tuesday show where we have our roundtable discussion. We're going to have our NPC minis where it's either going to be me and Super Nintendo or me solo, just kind of covering news, sales, and that kind of stuff. And starting tomorrow, we are going to be sprinkling in more episodes where I interview different people in the gaming community. That's kind of been lacking over the last few months. And so I'm going to schedule these at just whenever can work for the guests. They'll still be live on Twitch, but they're not necessarily going to fall into a schedule. So if you end up missing it live, you can check it out on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast. But there's going to be more NPC on the way. I just want to, this is I want to knock it out of the park this year. And so there's going to be more content on the way. Of course, I have my live streams happening every weekday starting at 3 p.m. The Smash Bros. Cast starts at 2, and Friday streams usually start around 6 a.m. I'm going to sleep in tomorrow and just try to kick this this cold. So that's going to be happening. But other than that, we're going to be back to, I know it's kind of been hit and miss with episodes, that kind of stuff, but now that we're into the new year, I'll get back into a groove, and things will be rocking and rolling just like they normally do. But there is going to be more episodes. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. Our guest tomorrow is a retro game collector that I found on Instagram. We just started chatting today, and he's going to be on the show tomorrow. So it should be a good time. With that, we're going to walk into our, we're going to have a new section here on Thursdays where we're going to kind of just focus on some indie highlights, just real quick. So let's jump on over to that. All right. Super Nintendo, you got something you want to share with us maybe?
Oh, well, maybe. So, okay. So there is, what were we going to, okay. So
you've got something in the works, right?
Yeah. Something in the works.
Okay.
A new podcast.
Ooh.
But it's not just me. It's me, Pitt, and Mel, and we're talking all about indie games.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, it's called Get Indie's Pants. No, I'm just That's the name I wanted, but I don't think it's gonna fit.
Okay.
You can cut this part out if you want.
No, it's good. It's good, man. What's the real name so we can start looking for this thing?
We Like Indies is the name of it.
Okay.
We have a Twitter and everything.
Okay. I'm working on a logo for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we'll be recording the first episode, and that should be a weekly show, and we'll be talking all about indies.
You know, I'm really glad you said get Indy's pants, because every time I've read it, I've never read it correctly. So I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I didn't read it correctly. So I was always like, get Indy's pants. I'm like, what is?
Get Indy's pants. Yeah.
Why is this so funny? What is the deal? I'm missing something. So it's the first name that's still in your hearts, Kirby Geek says. So
yeah,
that's
it
awesome.
is. Yes.
That's awesome. Very good. Okay. Well, so this is exciting news, guys. That's going to be what, like within the next, 2 weeks?
Yep. You'll be hearing it on like iTunes, everywhere you can get podcasts.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, we'll make sure to promote it here as well. So you got some indies you want to share with us for this week, right?
Yeah. So I don't know if you remember, I think it was sometime last year, Tiny Metal came out. And it's kind of like Advance Wars. It was like earlier in the year, maybe in the summer, I think. And they just released a new patch, so it added some new levels, some new missions, and then they also added online multiplayer. And so Pitt and I just got done playing a match. It took like 40 minutes, but yeah, it was really good. And if you like Advance Wars, Tiny Metal's pretty good. It's you might want to wait for Wargroove if you want something exactly like Advance Wars, but yeah, it's still pretty good. And I got it because it was on sale, so pick that bad boy up. That was on sale this past week. And then the other one is Horizon. It's called Horizon Shift 81. And it's kind of like, I want to say it's like Asteroids, like those old arcade shooters, only you're in the middle of the screen and they're coming at you from the top and the bottom, and you have to like switch back and forth between the top and the bottom. And then it's got Tate mode, and it's like those old arcade shooters in the back in the 80s.
Back in 81, huh?
Yeah, back in 81.
All right, very cool. Very cool. I was playing some Sky Gamblers. Are you familiar with that one? It's the
Sky Gamblers, yeah.
Yeah. So it was on sale for $7 or $6.99. And I fired it up yesterday. We had family staying with us, and my wife, who loves Crimson Skies, was like, "What is this game, and why have you not told me about it before? And go ahead and purchase this and get it on my Switch, please." So I ended up getting that for her. My uncle picked it up as well because he loves those flying games, and so that's one that I actually started playing it, and my wife took the controller and was like, "Oh yeah." This is what happened. She goes, "Man, I really missed Crimson Skies," because the controls weren't identical, right?
Oh, right, yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like triple kill, ultra kill, and she's like, "Oh, this one's okay." I was like, "Oh, great, okay."
I figured it out. Yeah.
Like, yeah, the look on her face changed and everything. I was like, "Are you still with us?" So, it was pretty cool. I love seeing that stuff go down, but. So yeah, I mean, this is great, dude. I'm super stoked that you're starting an indie show. Like, there's so many indies out there that it's good to have as much info.
was a really good year for indies, and I think 2019 might even be better. We'll see.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, anything that can help the cream rise to the top is going to be good. So you guys are going to be doing a great service for those indie developers. So it's awesome. It's awesome. With that, I think we could jump on to the news, huh?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're going to start with some rumors because, that's real solid news.
Yeah.
This was the best headline. I saw somebody put this in the Discord, and it was like, Nintendo Direct expected for January. And I think everybody is kind of like, you're kidding me. Like, what kind of a headline is this? Some of the sources are pointing to January 10th. That's my gut feeling. Honestly, it's the day before, and maybe even the 9th, that'd be 2 days before the release of New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. And I could see them wanting to market that, just, kind of get that in front of people one more time before it releases. And then hopefully Animal Crossing, we were talking about it before the show started, like, this game's been in development forever, right? I think in June, New Leaf turned 6.
That's crazy.
6.
What New Leaf was that? Did that come out in June in America? Do you remember?
I think
guess so,
that's the date, but
June it turns 6, I guess.
I think New Leaf was a worldwide release, but again, I don't have that info in front of me, so I'm just guessing at this point. But I think it was I think that was the U.S. when we got it was June. So I mean, they've had time. Right, this game has had lots of time, and my fingers are crossed that we're gonna reap the rewards of that game having such a long development cycle. Now, I don't know that I can't say that they've been developing it since New Leaf was done, right? Because I don't know which teams. I'd have to do some research to see, did they work on Amiibo Festival? Did they work on Happy Home Designer? Did they work on? I can't imagine that many of them worked on Pocket Camp. You'd think that would be an entirely different team.
Yeah.
So Delmonix is June 9th, 2013 for the U.S. So thank you for the the spell check, the fact check there. I appreciate it.
Yeah, the Kirby check.
I need spell check as well. So that being said, though, they've had HD assets for this game since the Wii. Right, because we talked about that little they had like a little town square kind of deal on the Wii that I think it had a lot of animals, if not all of them, and I'm sure they're going to make some new ones.
Right, yeah.
But that was a lot of HD assets packed into the Wii U. So I don't know. Do you think we're going to see this game before E3?
Yeah, I think we'll probably see it at the Direct, and I think it'll probably be out. I think I agree with what you said earlier, where you said March. I think it'll be out in March, and they'll have some sort of Animal Crossing bundle to sell even more systems in March to try and get their 20 million units sold.
Yeah. And the way I'm kind of looking at Nintendo's plan so far for this year, just with what we know, is I don't know if you guys know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, but he has a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. And that's kind of what I see Nintendo doing this year with their games. Like the port for New Super Mario Bros. Is kind of a jab, right? Mm-hmm. I'm imagining we're going to see something in February. I don't know whether that be Yoshi or something else. And I could be wrong. There may not be anything. But Animal Crossing is definitely a right hook. And then if you move throughout the year, you got Luigi's Mansion, things like that. Pokemon is definitely a right hook, right? Like that's going to be a system mover for the Switch. No question in my mind. And I think they still have a few other heavy hitters up their sleeve, maybe one or two more that they're, that we don't know anything about yet.
Right, yeah.
But I don't see... For me, I just don't see Animal Crossing coming out like in the summertime. It seems like March has become that new, like late February, early March is almost like that new like November kind of pre-Black Friday holiday release window, you know. And I think a lot of it has to do with like people getting tax returns and things like that. But over the past couple years, March has started to become, I mean, a kind of a crazy time for gaming. I'm thinking back to the time like when I remember specifically like when Halo Wars 2 came out on the Xbox, there were a number of games all dropping at the same time, and I was like, this is like holiday stuff where you're like, there's too many games right now. Which ones do I pick, you know? And so I'm hoping that fiscal year, end of the fiscal year, which is March for Nintendo, that they really do come out swinging with Animal Crossing. And I think it was you that posted like a custom Switch that looked like the DS with the white and the different.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude! Like, and here's the thing for me personally, looking at the DSs that they've done since, none of them really compare to that first one. You know, look of that one. Like my wife loved that thing so much, she actually did her nails and my daughter's nails to look just like that at one point. Like they all three had nails that looked just like her 3DS. So
like I don't even think the new 3DS, the one with the faceplates, looked as good as that one.
No, because there was the Happy Home Designer one.
Right, yeah,
right,
that's what it was.
And then didn't they do another one that was kind of a seafoam or something that you could swap the plates
Something like
out
that,
to?
yeah, but it didn't look as nice as that original one.
Yeah, I didn't like it quite as much. So, you know, again, guys, it's just rumors. We're just speculating because it's fun. But man, I would love to see Animal Crossing, and I guess little I don't know if spoiler is the right word, but like my wife is like, hey, I'm gonna start streaming when Animal Crossing comes out. So there's gonna be some N64 Gen streams once that game drops. So
I think the only thing we know for certain about the new Animal Crossing is I'm sure Isabelle will be making a return.
She may be too busy just dominating
Smashing.
everybody in she's gonna get an assistant, you know. So
And then what did I say? I said something on Twitter earlier about we're gonna get Nintendogs plus Labo instead of plus cats this year.
Nintendogs plus Labo. Oh my gosh.
You're gonna have to build dog bowl.
Yeah, I mean, if this direct is anything like the last January direct, so much info is going to be coming out. You know, like they kind. I mean, I believe it was the last January where we saw Dark Souls and Aces. Like it was kind of like, whoa, there's a lot of stuff to get excited about. You know, so exciting time of year to be a Nintendo fan. That's for sure. Next up, this is interesting. 80% of UK game sales were digital. Okay.
Whew,
and which from my understanding, I think I covered this a couple weeks ago, possibly even last week. Physical sales were up 90% in the States. I believe it was States. It might have been. So kind of interesting, you know, that we're seeing so many digital sales in the UK. It makes sense. I mean, it's so convenient, right? So if you're not a collector, digital is really the way to go. I mean, you've got to love not having all those games all over the place, right?
Yeah, it's very nice.
You just have to keep buying bigger SD cards.
Yeah, I just gotta look for like a terabyte
Right.
SD card.
Right. So the number one game, the top 20 games, FIFA 19, number one. Number 2, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 3, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Number 4, Spider-Man. Number 5. You got any guesses just off the top of your head?
What for number 5?
Yeah. And then this is the Nintendo game. This is the Switch.
Oh.
It's not a new game.
Bob?
No, it's not Bouncy Bob. That's what the chat Kirby saying, the troll and I putting saying Bouncy Bob.
Yeah.
No, not Smash. Not Crash Bandicoot, which I thought it was gonna be. Honestly, the way that game was on the top of the charts for so long. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. game is just it's just never gonna quit.
Is this the digital
Yes,
for the U.S. or the U.K.?
this is UK. This is UK. Here's their top 20 games. So, and I'm not entirely sure that it's I'm assuming it's all digital based on the headline. So, I'll have a link to it for it's Nintendo Life article. But yeah, Odyssey came in at 16. Number 7 though, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Like, that's only in the UK. I don't think that game sold anything over here. So, but Odyssey and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, and then Smash Bros was number 15. You know, so interesting. Definitely interesting. So, I cannot believe Mario Kart 8 though. Like, will that game ever stop?
I know. It's crazy that Mario Kart 8 in 2018 actually in the UK sold more copies in 2018 than it did in 2017, the year that it came out.
I mean, it makes sense, right? As the install base grows, and that's a game that, like, there's a lot
of those evergreen, yeah.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you have people that are like, I haven't played since 64, and I remember playing Mario Kart. Like, it's going to be one of their first choices. You know, I know I had a handful of friends get Switches for the first time this year, and they got they tried to find and made sure to get the Mario Kart model, right? Because it was like, hey, here's a 4-player game right off the bat that they could do with 4 Joy-Cons, you know. So not that that's the comfortable way to play, but they could do it. So
right, yeah. And Flynn already told me. He said, "Daddy, when I'm done with Lego DC supervillains, you need to get me Mario Kart so I can play it against Dash." And I said, "Okay, thanks."
You better do it now while it's on sale.
Yeah.
So,
but you know, luckily for me, he takes forever to beat the Lego games because he's no good with the puzzles.
Oh, that's good. That's good. But
I got until 2019 for that.
What's funny too, like in art, like, we ended up buying a lot of 2DSs for over this holiday season, right? For my niece, my sister, my wife got one. She got the purple 2DS. She retired her Animal Crossing one because she liked that purple so much.
Oh my goodness.
And then she got me the Mario Maker one, right? Well, you know, so there was a lot of Mario Kart 7 happening. Especially the day after Christmas, my niece was over, and we were, you know, here we are, we're all sitting on the couch playing Mario Kart 7, like 5 of us, and it was a blast, like trash talking each other and everything, and it was literally me versus the girls, like my wife, my 2 daughters, and my niece. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And then while my aunt and uncle were here, we jumped into Mario Kart 8. And we were able to do, because you can do 2 on the screen while you're doing local multiplayer, and so we were able to do 5 of us playing that way as well. And so it's a pretty fun game, like overall, and especially just for those on the couch gaming moments, like really a great title. That and and Aces was the other one that got a lot of playtime over this holiday season. And Mario Party, doing Mario Party with 4 players, that game shines so much. Like, I'm hoping this rumored direct gives us a huge update for that game that's like, hey, now online is available. Like, that needs to happen this year. That needs to happen. And that game would have it would just revitalize that game. It really would. So
I know some people that would get it just if they added the online for the actual board game.
Yeah, headcanon in chat says if they add online, I'm all over it, right? Like, no, like I would end up buying copies for my aunt and uncle just so that we could play, because we had a really good time doing like rowing down the river or whatever. Like, you know, we're laughing all the way down, trying not to run into the wall and hit the balloon. Like, there's a ton of fun to be had there, but it's just missing that element that you need with the online. So hopefully that's something we see. And we're seeing Nintendo really support games much longer than just, you know, a couple months. And even, you've probably noticed this, but I was messing around on Smash Bros. In the Games and More section. and there is a spot that has a little present that says special
Or like special gift or something.
special
I think it is?
gifts. Yeah, and we haven't seen anything like that. We've seen these events. We know that there's a there's like a Super Mario or a Super Famicom and NES themed Spirit event this weekend,
Right. Yeah.
right? But this isn't tied to these little gifts. So we've yet to see what that is going to be. Maybe that's where Piranha Plant ends up. You got to go there, you know. And again, with Piranha Plant, if you have your code, make sure to check. Like I messaged my son. I'm like, hey, did you get your code? He's like, no, I haven't got it. I said, please check your junk, your junk mail. And sure enough, there it was. And so if you haven't received your Piranha Plant code and you've redeemed if you bought the game physically and you got your coins, check your spam folder or your promotion folder if you use Gmail. And
Yeah,
that's where
if
your
you
code
use
is.
Gmail, you can just search Piranha Plant and it should come up.
And you need to redeem it before the 31st of January. So don't forget to do that. All right? Don't forget. Okay. This is kind of just some fun little it's not really, it's kind of a slow week for news, right? So there were some fun articles. One of them is there's a couple that has been playing Mario Kart 64 since 2001 to decide who makes the tea each morning.
Mm-hmm.
And there are pictures of them sitting in their bathrobes in front of the TV, throwing down in Mario Kart 64. I mean, a lot of times, like if our wedding anniversary, if we're like, hey, what are we gonna do? Like, we'll go out to dinner or whatever. Mario Kart 64. A lot of times we'll get thrown on, and we'll play some Mario Kart 64. Like this is a great way to decide things. You can settle it in Smash, or you can settle it in Mario Kart 64 to decide who makes the tea. I kind of want to know the win-loss ratio here. Like, who ends up making the tea more often? Because they've got to be pros at this point. How many controllers have they gone through? How many sticks have they ruined?
Yeah. Oh man, I'm surprised it's still Mario 64. Like, they didn't move to like any other games, like Mario Kart on the Wii or
the GameCube.
Yeah. Maybe they play Mario Kart 64 using like the Virtual Console controllers.
Oh no, it's an actual 64.
Yeah, I know.
There's
those sticks. They must not drive straight. They must never drive. That's what they're still playing the same race. That's why they play every day, because they can't finish the race.
It's just whoever completes a lap.
Yeah.
Well, maybe and who knows, if they're this hardcore, maybe they've gone for those aftermarket, those metal sticks that you can get.
Oh yeah.
You can
maybe.
install. Like those things are pretty. Things are pretty nice,
Maybe they don't even think about these things that we're worried about.
Or maybe since they're adults, the sticks are actually fine. They haven't had little kids like just trashing them. I picked up a 64 on the 23rd, and one of the analog sticks just kind of leans to the side. Like, it's like, well, that's unfortunate. Yeah. So, but pretty cool stuff there. And lastly, the developers for Steam World are saying that that 2019 is going to be huge, and that news is coming sooner than you think. So, if you're a fan of the Steam World games, you
would you say January 10th is sooner than you'd think?
Let's see. Or when's the first Nindies showcase?
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe February. So, I know we just had Christmas, but waiting for this direct feels like Christmas again. Like I'm just all about it. Like, because it's a whole new world now that the Nintendo has a successful console, right? It's not like we're waiting constantly to find out, okay, when is there going to be a game, One more bit of news I don't have in the notes here, but it is, I believe this is rumored that EA is working on getting the Frostbite engine to work on the Switch.
Yeah, that's the rumor. Is I believe the rumor said that they're working on getting it modified to work on the Switch. But they're not sure if it would be just for FIFA or if they're planning on bringing all of their sports games.
I'm ready for
onto
Madden.
the-
I'm ready.
Meanwhile, I'm over here ready for NHL.
Hey, that's cool. I know
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that are, like,
Mhm.
and I'd be down. I'd be down to play hockey, But I mean, I haven't bought Madden in like 2 years, and I'm like, I was like kind of craving some Madden this year, but it's like I'm
Right.
just not gonna. I'm not gonna buy a game to. I was gonna say I'm not gonna buy a game to play once, but I do that all the time. So
Yeah, I mean,
never mind.
there goes your collection. Yeah, there goes. And
Well.
then, can I throw this last one in?
Yeah, for sure.
This 87-year-old grandmother.
Yes, with 3,500 hours.
500 hours into Animal Crossing. She has played it 2,521 times. An average play time of about an hour and 25 minutes at a time. She started on Christmas Day 2014, and this was as of New Year's Eve.
I love that
Oh.
so much. Like that is so amazing. How
See,
many
that-
times did she fall asleep with it open though? That's what I want to know. Like,
Yeah. How many times did she fall asleep and like lose her save?
oh
Or
no.
like because the
Rossetti.
battery died. Yeah. And Rossetti's like yelling at her, and she's like, I fell asleep. It was my medicine. But what I want to see is like a video showing what her town looks like.
Dude, what's her
What her
dream
house
code or
and
whatever?
town-
Like,
yeah.
let's get her dream code. Let's go check it out.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's probably perfect. It's probably got
Mhm.
the Jacob's ladders growing everywhere, like probably got it set to beautiful. Hopefully there's been somebody kind of helping her along. Or maybe she doesn't know she can even set it to beautiful, so she's like, I can't have weeds growing. Maybe she's
Right,
just
yeah.
like, no, every day I got to pull them
I'll
weeds.
get 'em.
So
Yeah. Maybe Nintendo will hook her up with a Switch and
Oh, dude, that'd
Animal
be
Crossing
great.
on the Switch.
that would be great. Get her on a commercial or something, like
Yeah.
do like some old school like early 90s Nintendo commercials with get the granny and then just have her like be like you
Yeah.
know just totally bad to the bone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't judge a book by its cover. She's like a hardcore gamer.
I love it.
3,500 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. Well, hey, let's get into the what's coming up here.
Here we go!
All right, well, just in time for your New Year's resolution to get in shape and to lose that dad bod, Fitness Boxing will be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is what it says. Get off the couch and get moving with fun. Boxing-based rhythmic exercise. Oh gosh, Kirby Geek is saying first look. So no joke, I actually I lost probably 25 to 30 pounds doing UFC on my Xbox, like the Kinect.
Yeah.
I would get up every morning early and go through. So I mean, if you're wanting to lose some weight and you commit to something like these kind of games can work. Of course, diet is a huge part in that too. Like you can't just get up and work out. You gotta, do some low carb stuff or some intermittent fasting, and you can shed those pounds real quick doing some fitness boxing. I am kind of intrigued by it. There is a demo as well if you want to be able to check it out. So
Maybe I'll get it, and then I'll let you know in a month how I did.
oh, maybe we do an NPC challenge. Like we'll see, like
PC challenge, yeah.
NPC fitness challenge with fitness boxing. So
Because fitness boxing, because it keeps track of like every day that you do it, and like you can look back and see how you did the first day you did it to like a month later. So that's
Okay.
pretty good.
yeah, there we go. I don't think anybody wants to see me doing this on the stream though, Kirby. So I don't think we'll be doing a first look. I can do it sitting here in my chair, like punching my arms, just sitting in my OP seat.
Yeah.
Like I got this. But that's retail, guys. That'll be out retail. It's $49.99 if you wanna get yourself into shape with the Switch. All right.
Of course
Then
we do. Yeah.
on the eShop, Catastronauts, I think. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But
Castronauts?
Castronauts, yeah, there you go. And then 99 seconds. And then if there's any of these that you know of, feel free to, like, that you know a little bit about or anything, feel free to stop me. We got King of Fighters.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, of course. Animated Jigsaw's Wild Animals. Don't Sink. Dreamwalker. JCB Pioneer Mars. Job the Leprechaun. That was out today for $2.99. Johnny Turbo's Arcade Fighters History. Mad Age and This Guy. Mentori Puzzle. Octohedron Transfixed Edition. Pick-a-Pix Pieces. The Aquatic Adventures of the Last Human.
That's a Picross game. So if you like Picross, you're going to like that game.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that like Picross. Like, Mario's Picross?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yep.
So I guess Nintendo has the rights to the name Picross. So that's why all these games have weird names like Pick-a-Pix and things like that because they can't call it Picross.
Yeah. Yeah. That's out today. And then Unicornucopia, also out today. Okay. It says, alone in a forest, the unicorn wakes, searching for its herd as a new dawn breaks. Whoa. I'm not going to go any further. I don't want to spoil the mystery there. So
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
I haven't played it yet.
3DS eShop has RTO 3. Okay. So there you go. And apparently it's a first-person shooter.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting.
And the game that wasn't on the PR but came out was Tetraminos, which is like a Tetris ripoff, and it just got really bad music, and it doesn't have the infinite spin, and it's just I'm not a fan, but it's $9.99.
Okay. All right.
Check it out so you don't have to.
Hey, appreciate that. Well, hey, we're going to get to the sales, which there are 266 sales, and we're not going to read all of them. All right. Well, hey, Starlink Battle for Atlas Digital Edition, $29.99. I did play more Starlink with my uncle. I finally got to do some of the split screen and get a little further into that game. We had a good time with it. It's still super cool leaving orbit or leaving the planet and getting up into space.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. So that's $29.99. Valkyria Chronicles is $14.99. Let me see here. Any more worth noting? Oh, wait. I don't think I scrolled up high enough. Oh no, I didn't. We're gonna start at the top here. My bad. I had to scroll all the way to the bottom to get everything unlocked, and I forgot to scroll back up. So, starting off, you got FIFA 19, Octopath Traveler. Don't miss that game. Speaking of Octopath and RPGs, guys, Saturday mornings we're gonna start doing some RPG streams. We're gonna keep going with probably some retro games and RPGs. So I want to try to keep working my way through some of these titles that I didn't get to spend as much time with as I would like. So, yeah. Hyrule Warriors, $41.99. Guys, there's a number of Nintendo games, like Nintendo first-party games on sale. Mario plus Rabbids, Kingdom Battle Gold Edition, $26.39. That's everything, guys. That's the Gold Edition. Okay?
Yeah.
Usually $80. Get it. Don't miss it. It's a good deal. Splatoon, ARMS, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I do want to give a little shout out to some of the people in the Discord that kind of hooked me up with some eShop cards and stuff for Christmas. Thank you guys very much for that. That helped with the purchase of my digital version of Mario Kart 8. So now every Switch in the house has a copy of Mario Kart. So that's good. I really do appreciate it. But $41.99, that is such a great deal. Such a great deal for a game that you can play for so long. Shovel Knight, still on sale. Pick up everything for $19.99. Not a game I've played, but I heard some people talking about was Doodle God Evolution. And whoever was mentioning it to me just said they had played the game in the past on other platforms and that it was kind of fun. Well, it's $4.89, so if it's something you want to check out, you can. Moving right through, I don't know if you have the list in front of you, but I'm going to kind of just scroll through it here.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Coffee Crisis is one we checked out. I have a video for. If you're into a classic arcade style brawler, that's one to pick up.
One of those like kind of just shapes and beats. That's really good. That's on sale for $14.99.
Okay.
It's got like online multiplayer, and it's kind of like a rhythm based like one of those bullet hell shooters.
Gotcha. Okay. I like that. That sounds fun. A game that we ended up playing a little bit this last week was Carnival Games. It's on sale for $25.99. The one thing, my complaint with that game is when it starts off, you actually have to play with like just your controller and like moving your stick and hitting the A button, and every game seems identical. And then once you get a high enough score, you unlock the motion controls, which did make it a little more fun. Yeah, it's kind of a weird choice, it was just almost like you're literally just doing this to try to extend the amount of time I have to play this game, versus just giving us what's fun right off the bat.
Yeah.
So
especially if you open it and you put it in, odds are you're gonna have people over when you're doing it.
Yeah. So, that being said, some of the games work okay that way, but some of them it's like this is literally the same game over and over again. Just I'm moving the stick around and hitting the A button, So it's kind of odd. But next up here, this isn't one that I've had a chance to play through yet, but Moonlighter seems to be it seems to me a lot of people are really enjoying this game, and it's $19.99.
Yeah, Moonlighter is really good.
I know Cayman has been talking about it in Discord quite a bit. So
yeah, Cayman and Pit, and it's kind of like you have to go in the dungeons and like make your way through the dungeon and pick up pieces along the way, and then you bring them back to your town, and then you can sell them or use them to like make better armor and stuff. But you have a shop, so then you can like build up your shop and make it bigger and do that. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's really good, looks really good, and it almost feels like it's got like a Legend of Zelda, classic Legend of Zelda overhead camera.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
I like it. I haven't played this one, but somebody in chat was saying that they had picked it up, and a few other people have played it. Was Crayola Scoot is $11.99 down from $39.99. You got Lego DC Supervillains for $29.99. And let's see, moving right along here, Guacamelee is on sale. The Turbo Championship Edition is $11.24.
That's a great Metroidvania.
Yeah.
You're into those?
Yep. And Valkyrie Chronicles 4 down to $29.99. If you want to check.
I don't know if you can still do it, but before, if you bought the first one, you got a 10 or 20% discount on the second one. But that might not be going on still.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not sure.
And Wonder Song.
Yep.
That just went on sale, so that's supposed to be good. Al says it's good, so we'll see.
Okay. All right.
I just picked it up.
Couple of the Sega Ages game, Lightning Force, The Quest for Darkstar, and Sonic the Hedgehog's on sale. Okay.
Yeah.
The Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle, which I played through Final Fight with my uncle, and it was a good time. It's on sale for $15.99. You get a decent amount of content there if you like some of those classic arcade games.
It's got online too, so we could play some of that online.
That's right. Final Fantasy Pocket Edition is down to $19.49 from $29.99. If that's your thing.
Flint Hook's really good. It's
say that again. Which one?
Flint Hook.
Okay.
That is $10.49 right now. Yeah, that's really good.
I believe Into the Breach was pretty well received, and it is $10.04. If you like point and click adventures, like I didn't love this game, but Earthworms. But if you're into that style of game, it's 99 cents. So maybe worth checking out. You can check out my first look, where I just press A and don't read anything.
So it's adding up, yes.
Yeah. Just scrolling through. There's a lot of these games. I mean, there's a lot of games, guys. 266. You got Miles and Kilo, which I enjoyed. It's $3.99. It's, that's one you can check out. Let's see here.
Game's kind of good. It's 9 parchments. It's made by the developers that did Trine.
Okay.
And it's only $5.99, down from $19.99.
Oh, there you go. I might even pick that one up then. That was one that I kind of had on the. Isn't it kind of a dungeon crawler? Do you recall?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like you play as you can pick the wizard or what you want, and then you level them up and play through the levels, and we can play online multiplayer, and go through the dungeons together. Yeah.
Okay. Wizard of Legend, which is pretty fun, is down to $12.79. Garage, which was also kind of fun, kind of different kind of game, kind of survival horror, top down, but still did a good job of being spooky. That one's $7.49. It's half off right now.
Night in the Woods. That's good.
Another good one. Okay.
Yeah. $11.99. It's not a point and click but it's kind of like the point and click adventures, only you actually control your character and where she goes.
Okay. All right. The Way Remastered, 99 cents. Don't miss that, guys. That sale's not going to last too much. I can't imagine this being on sale too much longer at that price. So, even the little bit I played was this is a really fun game. So,
it's on sale till January 10th, and it is normally $14.99.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is 99 cents right now.
Yeah, Hollow, which is one I did pick up and played for just a little bit. Kind of a first-person survival horror. Kind of got a little bit of a Dead Space vibe. It's $1.99. So if you're into that, that's one worth checking out for a decent price. A very decent price. Moving right along there. Let's see. You got Kid Trip. Is a decent little game for $1.99. Looking here. I'm looking. Yeah, LA Noire and Rhyme. Both on sale right now.
Yep, Rhyme will be a good game to pick up now because I believe they patched some of the problems that it was having when it first came out. So.
And it's half off right now. So.
Yeah, it's $14.99.
Yeah.
There's this game called what is it? Vostok Inc. Is that what it is?
Yep, Vostok Inc. Yep.
Yeah, and so it's kind of like you go from galaxy to galaxy, and they got all these different planets, and you set up schools and things at those planets, and then you're getting money from them, and then that money you can use to upgrade your ship, which is when you're not on a planet. It's a twin stick shooter, so you're using the right stick to just shooting around, and
kind of like Geometry Wars.
Yeah, plays like Geometry Wars, and then the planet stuff kind of works like one of those idle games where you just the longer you wait, the more money you earn, and then as you go on, you just keep upgrading and making it further and further. Yeah,
and there's a demo in the eShop for that game as well, if it's something you want to try before you drop the $8. So. You got Golf Stories, $9.89. Astro Bears, 49 cents, which is a pretty good party game. Quest for Dungeons, kind of an old school dungeon crawler. It's a roguelite. You can check that one out. It's $5.39. It's pretty good. Sonic Mania, $14.99. That was a good one. You got the Namco Museum. Is half off, which is the price it should have been from the get-go. So if you want to get some classic arcade games and not get ripped off, buy it for $14.99.
Is that the one that has the Pac-Man one?
Yeah, it's got Pac-Man. And you can actually do a kind of a fun mini game if you have 2 Switches. And even if the second Switch doesn't have the game, there's a free download you can do where that Switch plays as Pac-Man, and the 3 or 4 other people, I think it's 4 other people, play on the TV as ghosts, trying to get Pac-Man and then run from Pac-Man. So it's it's actually pretty fun. It's kind of almost like the Nintendo Land Mario Run.
Right,
kind of like that a little bit. So, but
that game was on the Game Boy or the GameCube. That was one of the games where you played with the Game Boys, and you would hook the Game Boys up to the TV.
Really?
The GameCube, and yeah, the ghosts were on the GameCube or the Game Boy Advances, and then Pac-Man was on the TV.
Oh, interesting. So that's cool. That's cool. You've also got Puyo Puyo Tetris. If Tetris is your thing, you can check that out. There is a demo for that game as well. And then Mr. Shifty is
Yes.
is also on sale for half off right now at $7.49. So that's
Mr. Shifty.
that's
That's mine. He sort of plays like Nightcrawler, where you can just kind of teleport all over the place and like beating up enemies and stuff. It's pretty good.
There you go. There you go. Well, hey, that's going to do it for our sales and for this episode. So let's wrap this thing up here. All right, Super Nintendo Dad, where can people find you? And again, tell us about that new show.
Yes, you can find me at Super Nintendo Dad on Twitter, on Twitch, on Hulu app, watching Million Little Things, which is moving to Thursday. Just a heads up in case anyone was watching. But yeah, and then We Like Indies is the name of the podcast, and that'll be coming to your ears soon enough.
Yeah, so as soon as that drops, guys, the most important thing you can do if you like the show, go into iTunes, give it some. We need to get reviews for that thing. If we can get up to like, and it may have changed, but I believe if it gets up to like 10 reviews after 5 episodes, there's a chance for it to hit the new and noteworthy, which we get a lot more eyes and ears on that show. So if you guys wouldn't mind doing that for them, We Like Indies when it launches, it'd be great if you could help them out that way. So really stoked you guys are doing that. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
looking forward to it. So, guys, you can follow me on Twitter at N64Josh. You can follow me on Instagram at N64Josh, where I'm having a lot of fun over there, taking pictures and different videos and stuff. Like having a lot of fun over there. So, I am going to be working on a hashtag. I believe we're going to go with hashtag AskNPC. Okay, if you have a question for this show, whether it be if you type it on Instagram with a photo, or you put it on Twitter, hashtag AskNPC, right? We will, I will check that before each episode to see if there's any questions or comments or anything, topics you want us to cover, that kind of stuff. Hashtag AskNPC, okay? So, you can follow this show at NPowercast. Thanks, Destinot, for that. It's Ask. But thank you. The show notes can be found at n64josh.com/npc157. You can email us if you'd like, npc@n64josh.com. If you'd like to get yourself a free book from Audible, go to audibletrial.com/npc. Pick up something awesome like Console Wars. Okay, the chair I'm sitting in from OP Seat. Go to n64josh.com/OP-seat. Automatically save $10 at checkout. And again, the Patreon, if you want to get yourself an extra podcast, go to patreon.com/N64Josh. Just $1 gets you an extra show each month. Join our Discord. N64josh.com/Discord gets you in there. And we do have a Facebook group that's growing quite a bit. Go to n64josh.com/Facebook group and we'll get you there. Lastly, if you could rate and review on iTunes, greatly appreciate it. I'm stoked for this year. Thank you guys for being here with us live and just for listening. And we'll see you next time. Bye now.